Two former victims of forced confessions in China say they are relieved after UK regulator Ofcom revokes the broadcast licence for CCP-controlled CGTN. Earl Rhodes has more.
Peter Humphrey celebrates the ruling by regulator Ofcom to ban Chinese state-owned broadcaster CGTN.
Seeing the license revoked today is a moment of triumph, not only for me, but also for all the other victims of this type of abuse, including many Chinese people.
CGTN broadcast a forced confession with Humphrey that was filmed during his 2-year imprisonment in China. Humphrey says that he was drugged, tied to a chair and put in a cage when a police officer interrogated him, adding that CGTN, which broadcasts in English, completely misrepresented the situation in its report. Humphrey says his son, who was 18 at the time, was traumatized by what he saw.
They want to influence the global narrative about China and what's happening in China and so forth through the twists that they put on their coverage. They do it through sheer distortion and lies.
Ofcom argued that since CGTN is fully controlled by the CCP, it cannot broadcast here, since UK broadcasting law doesn't allow political entities to hold licences. CGTN, whose European headquarters are in London, called Ofcom's ruling manipulated by extreme right-wing organisations and anti-China forces.
Ofcom's decision on revoking the licence of CGTN is historically significant. It is clear that the mouthpiece of CCP totalitarian regime will no longer have a foothold in the UK.
Cheng was abducted in 2019 to extract information about the Hong Kong protests. He said he was tortured and forced to confess to have solicited prostitution. Cheng says watching his forced confession on CGTN caused him great distress. Humphrey expects Ofcom to hand out more penalties to CGTN over his and Cheng's complaints. Earl Rhodes, NTD News.